Do you know that feeling when, the moment things finally start to go right, you get a chill down your spine? It's not gratitude, it's fear. It's like you're in a waiting room, just waiting for someone to open the door and announce that the dream is over. If you're the type of person who, upon receiving a bonus or seeing your account go out of the red, starts mentally listing everything that could break in your house, you're not alone. You're part of the group of people who live rehearsing disaster. For you, financial happiness seems like a target on your back. Today, we're going to delve into the psychology of those who always expect the worst-case scenario. Understanding why your brain does this is the first step to stop living on high alert. Science calls this negativity bias. It's a legacy from our ancestors who needed to focus on the swaying bush, thinking it was a predator to survive. But the modern predator doesn't have teeth. It has bills and inflation. The problem is that your brain doesn't know the difference between a lion and an economic crisis. For it, the stress is the same. When you rehearse a financial catastrophe, you believe you're protecting yourself. It's a dysfunctional defense. You think that if you suffer from the problem before it happens, the pain will be less when it arrives. It's like trying to immunize yourself against disappointment with daily doses of pessimism. You say that if you expect the worst, you won't be caught off guard. But the impact of a real loss hurts just the impact of a real loss hurts just the same. The only difference is that you suffered twice, in your imagination and in reality. This habit creates anticipatory anxiety. It's constant mental fatigue. Imagine carrying a backpack full of rocks up a mountain just because you think you'll need them at the top. You get tired before you reach your destination. In financial life, this becomes a silent paralysis. You stop investing or taking advantage of opportunities because what if dominates every thought. What if the stock market crashes? Hey, what if I get fired? Pessimism becomes a prison disguised as prudence. This mentality creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Out of so much fear of losing, you make decisions based on panic, and panic is rarely a good advisor. Why doesn't the brain accept calm? Because for those who grew up in unstable environments, peace seems like a trap. If you lived a childhood where money suddenly disappeared, your nervous system learned that the worst-case scenario is the natural state. Being optimistic seems dangerous. You look at positive people and think they don't know what awaits them. Pessimism becomes armor to avoid feeling vulnerable. But this armor is too heavy to wear all the time. It prevents you from breathing and seeing the hands that are trying to help you. There's also a component of control in this obsession with catastrophe. By visualizing the worst, you feel some control over the chaos. If you've mapped out all the ways to fail, you feel you know the terrain. But control is an illusion. Life will always be unpredictable. Spending mental health anticipating every pothole leaves you without the energy to avoid a real obstacle when it appears. The cost of this vigilance is your joy. You trade the pleasure of the present for the security of a future you yourself painted black. Furthermore, expecting the worst destroys your sense of worthiness. Those who expect disaster often believe they don't deserve success. There's an inner voice saying this is too good to be true for someone like you. So, you project catastrophe to even the score with the universe. It's a form of preemptive punishment. You feel like an imposter in your own financial life, waiting for the owner of the ball to take everything away. This feeling makes you live like a temporary guest in your own prosperity, with your bags always packed, never putting down roots or relaxing. To break this cycle, you need to train your brain to tolerate uncertainty without turning it into tragedy. Uncertainty can be neutral. Tomorrow might be bad, but it could also be ordinary. Learning to live in the ordinary is the greatest challenge for those who live in fear. Understand that prudence is necessary, but constant dread is optional. Planning for the future is different from suffering because of it. One gives you tools, the other takes away your peace. You don't avoid pain by being pessimistic. You just live a gray life hoping that the black won't appear. If you recognized yourself in these thoughts, perhaps it's time to let go of that armor. The world is uncertain, but your life happens now in the intervals between one fear and another. If this video helped you understand that your mind is only trying to protect you in a twisted way, subscribe to the channel. We are here to unravel the mechanisms that prevent us from being free. Tell me below, when was the last time you ruined a good moment with a negative thought? Let's bring these monsters into the light. If you want to understand how your mind works, the video next to this will help you break patterns you didn't even know you had. Click on it and we'll see you there in a few seconds.